All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Um, my name is Cheryl Sawyer. I'm currently an Emerald Ambassador, and this is our weekly team meeting. And tonight, we are very excited to have Macey Mitcham on with us tonight to be our guest speaker. She came to us a couple weeks ago and felt led to be on the meeting as a guest speaker. So we are very excited for her to come on, and she has some amazing things to talk about. So Macey, I'm going to send it over to you.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you good.
Okay. All right. First of all, I'm going to be talking about beating the odds and overcoming obstacles and what it takes to draw your line in the sand with Plexus. But first of all, I want to share a little bit about my story. My why has changed a little bit over the past 16 months. I first started Plexus in September of 2014. I just joined to get the discount. I just had started college a few months before. I wasn't working, so I didn't have a lot of income coming in to purchase a lot of things extra that I wanted. So I just joined for the discount. I had no intentions of working the business. I really didn't understand. I really didn't understand what it entailed to really know if I wanted to or not. I just kind of assumed that it was going to be like the other things I did in the past, and I wasn't going to be successful. So I just immediately said, no, I'm not going to do it. So I started the products, and I used them for a few months, and I loved them. I knew that I needed to get more energy, and I wanted to lose some weight. When I was in high school, I was exhausted all the time. And that wasn't normal. I would fall asleep at school, and that was not like me. I made good grades. I was a good student, so I knew that was out of the ordinary. And I had no energy. I went to bed tired, and I woke up tired, and I knew that wasn't normal. So I needed to do something. So I joined in September. I used the products, and let's say about right after the first of the year in 2015, I said, okay, I think I'm going to give this a try. So I started working the business. I kind of dabbled in it a little bit. I got my mom, two of my mom's coworkers to join, and that got me to silver. So I went silver pretty quick, and then it kind of dropped off for me. It really slowed down a lot. I really didn't know a lot about what it took to be a leader and to grow a team, and didn't invest the time. I wasn't committed. So that was a lot of what held me back. So I went silver in April of 2015, and I sat there until this past April. I finally went gold. So I sat at silver for 12 whole months, and I had plenty of times to quit. I told Lee, I said, this just isn't, I don't think this is going to work. I don't think I have what it takes to be successful. I'm sitting here. I'm not moving anywhere. I don't think it's just going to work for me. So, actually, after I went silver, I quit for a few months. I just said I can't do this, because I had got to a point in my college career where I was about to apply to nursing school for the first time, and I thought it would be easy for me to get in. I would get in that first time, and then that would take a lot of my time, and I wouldn't be able to devote the time I needed to work in my business. So I just quit. Over those few months, I still continued to use the products, and I continued to see people above me, my sidelines. I continued to see these people be successful. So I decided to jump back in. Let's say this would probably be July, August, maybe, of 2015. I finally got back in it, and I told myself, okay, this time I'm going to do it. I'm going to go all in 110%, because by then I had seen enough, I had heard enough, that I knew that if I put the time in to really work in this the way I needed to, that I could make it to the top. So that's what I did. I said, okay, I sat down and I made goals. I made realistic goals for myself. And I just went from there. I started plugging in on the weekly meetings like we do now. I started getting on team calls. I looked on YouTube I watched every video I could find from Sonia Dudley, Sarah Marble, Chris and Susie McCall. I watched every single video I could find to help grow my knowledge on the products, the business, and help build my belief and passion in the company. And that, when I started doing that, so it started taking off. I realized that I needed to invest in my business, in myself, before I would start being successful. So that's where I am now. I'm a gold ambassador working towards senior gold, and I'm not stopping until I reach the top. And even then, I'm not going to stop because I know we are part of something special, and everybody needs to know about it. So the first thing I want to talk about is quantity versus quality. When I first started Plexus, I said, okay, let me go get all these people to join my team, and then I'll make it to the top. But that didn't work. I realized that very quickly. It's not always about the number of ambassadors you have on your team, but the few that you have, you train them, they're going to be rock stars. It's good to nourish those few people and help them reach their goals, and having all these people on your team pretty much that are just wholesale buyers or not doing anything at all. And then you're having to do all the heavy lifting by yourself. So that's another thing that I had to learn starting out, is it wasn't always about the quantity of ambassadors I had on my team, but whether or not they really wanted the business side as well. And all of us know that there is a healthy balance between wholesale ambassadors and then people that want to work the business. And it's got to be a good balance between those two. So one doesn't outweigh the other. Another thing is I had to realize who needed to be customers and who needed to be ambassadors. Everyone I came in contact with, I wanted them to sign up. That is all I talked about, was you need to sign up, you need to sign up. Which that wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but if these people aren't purchasing, at least $100 in PV every month, they're not going to benefit you anyway. So that's another thing I had to learn. If they're going to have that $100 PV or more a month, then that's fine. They can't sign up as ambassadors. But if they're not, then they just need to be customers. And we've got to understand the fine line between where we need to put them. Another thing that really weighed on me was what people thought of me and what people said. Not really what people thought of me as far as I can't do this or whatever, but what people said to me, like, you're young, you're only 19 years old. I was 19 when I started. You're in college, you're about to start your career. You don't need to do this. This is just a waste of time. You're not going to go anywhere. That really got to me because I started believing that. And some of those people were my family, and they were my biggest skeptics when I first started out, but they've turned into believers as well. It's important not to worry about what people think of you. You are the creator of your own destiny, and no one else can live your life for you but you. And I had to realize that. That was hard for me because I worried about what people thought of me. I've always been a people pleaser. I didn't want to upset or make people think bad of me. So I was bound and determined that I was going to show these people that I could do this and that nobody was going to stop me or get in my way. I had to overcome a lot of things to find where I needed to be and to realize my potential in this company. And when I was sitting down making my notes for this meeting, I wrote down things I had against me and things I had in my favor. And when I wrote down things I had against me, I found that those were really things that were in my favor. And the only thing that was holding me back was myself. So things that were in my favor were my age. A lot of people my age really need Plexus because they're going to school. They need the extra energy. They need the extra income. One of the reasons why I joined Plexus was because I wanted to help my parents and contribute for my expenses as far as gas and shampoo and all that kind of stuff, because girls are high maintenance. So I I felt like I needed to help them if I could. And I wanted to do anything I could to help them. So that was one thing I had in my favor was my age, because there's so many young people out there, young mothers, young people going to college, young people trying to find jobs that can't find a job anywhere else. And this would work with their time schedules, and they could build their business around their life. Another thing I had in my favor was my network. I know a lot of people that I went to school with, that I did sports with. I've got family in other states, friends in other states. So I knew that my network was pretty strong. One of the most important things that I had in my favor is the amazing and life-changing products and the generous compensation plan. Those two things together are so powerful in being successful in this company. A few more things I had in my favor was that I had amazing resources and amazing leaders that I could look up to and ask questions, and they could help me, guide me along the way. And I took full advantage of that. I started asking questions to gain more knowledge, to say, hey, what has worked best for you in the past, because they've been there before. So that was the only thing I need to do, is ask people that have already been there. Some obstacles one other thing. My passion, drive, and commitment was also in my favor, because once I started using these products, I formed a strong belief and passion in this company, because I knew, after reading all the testimonials and having a testimony myself, I knew that these products were life-changing. And from what I saw from the financial side, I also saw that part was substantial and life-changing as well. So obstacles I had to overcome were my time commitment to school, because not knowing if I was going to get into nursing school or not, I felt like I shouldn't fill my plate too full, because at the time I thought, well, nursing is what I'm going to do no matter what. But after applying 3 times, not getting in, having good grades, I said, well, maybe this isn't God's plan for me. And I thought that maybe it was, because I've always been passionate about being a nurse. I've always wanted to be a nurse. But since Plexus has come into the picture, I'm kind of starting to see where things could change. Another thing I had to overcome was people not taking me seriously because of my age. Older people think she is just 19 or 20 years old. She doesn't know what she's talking about. I had to overcome that with a lot of people, and I still am. There's people that come at me every single day that question why I do what I do, telling me that I shouldn't be doing this, Plexus is a scam, and that they don't want to try it. But I don't let that get to me. I put my blinders on, and I keep going, because those people don't want it. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And I had to learn that the hard way, because I saw the vision with Plexus, but sometimes it's hard to get other people to see it the way you see it as well. So that was hard for me, because I wanted them to see it the way I saw it. Another thing is I had a lot of people sign up and then quit. So I went silver, and I signed a few more. Then I had a lot of people quit, turn off their backup orders, and quit ordering. So I had to compensate for that, and that took me a little while to do as well. Another obstacle, the last obstacle that I wrote down, was the time it took for me to get to gold. It took me 12 months to get to gold, and I thought I was never going to get there. But I kept chugging along. I said, I'm going to find my rock stars one day. And until that time, I've got to be my own rock star. I've got some rock stars on my team right now that I could not do it without them. I cannot do this on my own. And I had to realize that. You can do so much on your own, but you can't make it to the top on your own. You've got to find business builders that are going to help you get there, and those people that want to go to the top as well, and then they will help you get there. Some things that I had to remember along the way is I had to trust the process. Sonia Dudley talked about trusting the process in one of her training videos, and this was really hard for me to learn and accept. at the beginning because I'm not a very patient person. I want everything right now. I don't want to wait for it. I wanted the immediate gratification instead of the delayed gratification. I'm not good with that. And I thought that I was going to start Plexus and succeed right then and that it was just going to take off for me. It's not like that with everybody, but some people it is. And the people that it doesn't work out that way, they've got to find ways to overcome that and not give up. Another thing that I have just recently started thinking about is God's timing. God's timing is perfect. I didn't realize that for so many years, even before Plexus. I thought that my time was the time, and I was upset if it didn't happen when I thought things should happen. And that happened with other aspects of my life as well, and not just Plexus. But God knows when the perfect time is for something to come into our lives. And Plexus really did come into my life at the perfect time. And I started taking off at the perfect time. Next September, I'm getting married. I've got to start preparing for that. This is going to be my source of income to help contribute to our family. And I know that. I contemplated going to nursing school, and I said, I've got to help contribute financially. And then maybe later on I can go back to school. And then I got to thinking, once I got done with nursing school, we're going to be having kids, and I won't ever go back to work. That's one of my biggest whys with Plexus, is being able to be a stay-at-home mom with our kids. Because there's so many things that I could miss out on, and I don't want to miss out on a single moment with our kids. I want to be able to be there for them with school and with sports and things that they enjoy to do. I also had to work on myself. I wasn't ready to be the leader that Plexus required. Once you have a team, you've got to be a leader to them, and I wasn't ready for that. I had to work on myself, on my product knowledge, my knowledge on everything, really. I started reading leadership books, network marketing books, and that really helped. It really helped me see the big picture. And you really got to find people that want this. And that's where everything kind of ties in together. You've got to, me working on myself, trying to become patient, trusting the process and God's timing allowed me to be patient to find the people that really wanted this. And an analogy that all of us use is we want to be farmers planting seeds instead of being hunters. And at the very beginning, now I really feel like I was a hunter. I was going out trying to find people to join my team because I wanted them to join my team so I could rank up and be successful. But that's not what it's all about. And I quickly learned that. Some people that I talked to from the very beginning when I started Plexus are just now talking with me and becoming customers or signing up. And people that I talk to now, I may not see the results of that until later on down the road as well. And I've got to accept that, as we all do. Some things that helped keep me going is I drew my line in the sand from the very beginning. When I finally decided to go all in, I said I'm not going to stop till I get to the top. And even then, I'm not going to quit. I knew what it took and what I needed to do to get there, and I was bound and determined to do whatever I needed to do, however long it took. I created a dream board that helped me see where I'm going, the things that I'm going to be achieving and earning. Going to Hawaii and driving a Lexus is something that I never would have been able to do, or something that I'm never going to be able to do if it wasn't for Plexus. I would never be able to afford to go to Hawaii on my own or drive a Lexus. So that's very, very special to me. And that dream board really keeps me going and helps me keep my blinders on and go in that right direction. The other thing is financial freedom. A lot of us, we can't experience financial freedom outside of anything like this, like outside of the normal 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 job where you work 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. Every single day you work for retirement, and when you get to retirement, you don't have anything. I didn't want to be that way. When I wanted to be able to retire at a young age, have financial freedom at a young age, and be able to do the things that I enjoy doing, and for Corey and I to be able to travel, have the things that we want to have. And Plexus is allowing that to happen. One thing I want to say is there's 2 stories that really stick close to my heart, and that is the one about digging for gold. If somebody gives you a shovel and says there's gold in your backyard, go dig until you find it. You're crazy if you don't go out there and dig until you find that gold, because you know what's going to happen when you find it. I have to tell myself that all the time. And you may get super, super close and then quit. And that's where the story of the gold miner comes in. This guy, he lived on a gold mine, and he knew that. And he was digging and digging, digging, and he couldn't find the gold. So he sold that land and moved away. And then the guy that bought that gold mine, within a short time later, he found the gold. And you never know how close you are to busting open your business or reaching your goal or finding that rock star is going to help propel you to the top. It's like waiting on the phone for customer service, or when we had a long customer service wait. You're on the phone, and then do I want to hang up or do I want to stay on here, because they might answer as soon as I hang up the phone. It's kind of like that. Don't give up because you don't know how close you are. Please, that is, if you don't take anything else from this tonight, remember that, because that's what I've had to remember through this whole journey is you never know how close you are, or if that next person you share Plexus with is going to be the game changer in your business. I made specific, realistic goals for myself as well. I sat down and I made short-term goals, daily, weekly, monthly, and then I made long-term goals where I want to be in 3 months, 6 months, a year. Those really help keep me on track. And being specific really helps as well. A lot of times when we come back from Super Saturday or a sip and see or some kind of Plexus event or convention, we come back inspired, motivated, and we feel like we can take on the world. That's how we should be every single day in our businesses, not just when we get back from one of those events. Because if you slack up on your posting on Facebook, talking to people, people are going to think, oh, well, maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be if she's not sharing about it all the time. Or she's not as passionate about it as she said it was going to be. So I'll try and do that every single day and remain inspired and motivated no matter how tough it gets or how slow it gets, because sometimes we are in the valleys more than we're on top of the mountains, and that's normal. And I had to remember that as well. You've got to mentally prepare yourself to overcome any obstacle. The devil continues to work overtime on us. When we start to be successful and we're happy and we're going places, the devil is going to try and attack you and me both. We've got to put that shield on and not let him get to us, because he is going to try. We've got to remember that God is on our side and we can do anything with God's help. Life gets in the way sometimes. Our kids get sick. We might have a death in the family or a close friend or something else. We've got to push that to the side as well and think, I can do this. We're going to come across roadblocks. We're going to sign somebody and we're going to be like, okay, this is going to be a rock star. They're going to do amazing in this business, and then they end up being a flop. We just never know who's going to be a rock star and who's going to, step back and say, okay, maybe this isn't for me. Okay, the last thing is I have this little quote on the front of my notebook. It says, Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. That is from Henry David Thoreau. I love, love, love this quote because being confident is huge. We've all got to be confident and don't give up on our dreams. Have our dreams in mind. And never forget where we're going because it's all about the future and what our future holds. And we've got to stay confident. I just really love this quote. So I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's meeting. I think I've touched everything I wanted to talk about. I did have a few more things. You've got to take responsibility for your future. Nobody else is going to do that for you. You've got to do it. Nobody else can live your life and have your dreams. You've got to be the one to take that responsibility. And your why has got to be bigger than your fear. I was scared to death when I first started. I was scared to death to talk to people. I was scared to death to post on Facebook. Scared to death to reach out to anybody. But I had to get over that. My why of being a stay-at-home mom, have financial freedom, have better health, that was bigger than any fear that I had. The first day that you decide to be successful with Plexus is the first day of the rest of your life. So I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's meeting, and that's all I have.
Thank you so much, Macey. That was amazing information. A couple times I almost got teary-eyed. I did take a couple small notes that I just wanted to mention while we were on, but you mentioned how it took you 12 months to go to gold and from silver. And I just want everyone to know that obviously Macey's a part of my team, so I've seen her journey the whole time, and she really never gave up. There was times that, like, as a leader and as a person, we think, oh my God, I can't believe that they're hanging in there. Like, I know this is hard, and I know that you want this so bad, and I could see it in you. You wanted gold so bad. You worked so hard, but you never gave up, and I am so proud of you for that.
Thank you. You're going to make me cry.
But because you never gave up. You did what you needed to do, even though it was tough, and even if you had your doubts, you pushed through it. So I'm very proud of you for that. You mentioned stop looking for a rock star, and that's something that was kind of brought to me probably around Ruby or Senior Ruby, probably Ruby. Our Diamond Upline mentioned that you've got to stop looking for the rock star and be the rock star. So there's so many times that we want our teams to grow that we're like, we will always say, I just got to find that rock star. I got to find one or two rock stars, and I'm just going to be there. But stop trying to find that rock star and just be that rock star. Sign 10 people. You don't have to have a rock star. You can actually be that rock star. So I definitely want to encourage you guys to hear that. That's a really good point. Something I noted while you were talking is about how God's timing is impeccable. It seriously is crazy to think how many times we want something and it doesn't come. We're like, well, I don't understand why not. Like, why am I sitting here like this? Why am I not promoting? We are not going to know that. But just know that there is a reason. For me, like Macey, it was a year for you, 12 months from silver to gold. It was exactly to the day, 12 months from Senior Ruby to Emerald for me. And throughout those times, I'm thinking, why am I not ranking? When you get that close, we all want Emerald. Who doesn't want Emerald? But when you get that close and you know it's right there, it's so hard to understand why you're not getting it. And with all the back office stuff and all that, you think about things, you doubt things, like you said. But it's so crazy to me because when, I just ranked Emerald, well, like not even a week after I rank Emerald, we have our renters let us know that they are leaving. So we are going to be stuck with this bill that we're not used to. And I'm thinking, thank you, God. Like, you just provided for me. You knew that my renters were going to be out, and you provided for me. You got me this Emerald pool. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, that, the timing it's perfect. No matter how we see it, it's going to be perfect. And I promise it will be. You mentioned putting your blinders on, and I wanted to bring that up again. there's a video that I'm going to be sharing soon in the next week or so, but that I found, and it's an amazing motivational video. You'll see it's on our Motivational Mondays. And I really encourage you guys, when I post a video, if you find the time to watch it, especially these Motivational Monday videos that I found, because they're seriously motivational. Like, when I sit down and I watch these videos, you about cry every time. It really touches you and it really motivates you. And in one of these videos, it's clips of all these movies. And in this movie, there's this football player, and his coach makes him put on a blinder, and he puts somebody on his back or something. And his goal is to get to the goal line, or whatever it's called. And he can't see, but he knows he's struggling. So the coach is cheering him on the whole time. He knows his goal. He knows his line in the sand as far as plexus goes. He knows where he's going. He just doesn't know how far he is from that. And even though he wanted to give up, he didn't know how far he was from it. And putting that blinder on, he pushed and pushed and pushed until he literally could not go any further. And when he takes his blinder off, he's actually right over the line. So put your blinders on, draw that line, but don't focus on that line. Don't say, I'm going to get Emerald in 12 months. That's my line. I'm going to do it. And then when that 12 months comes and you haven't gotten it, don't give up. Keep pushing. Don't, like we're saying, put that line there, but don't focus on it so hard that it consumes you. Something else, that you have to believe in this company. You have to believe in these products. That's really what's going to push you through when you have your doubts. So I just really want to encourage you guys to sit down and write things that you love, just like she did with her pros and cons type thing. Sit down and write down every single thing you love about these products, the testimonies that have touched you the most, the reason each product is amazing to you, the reason the compensation plan is amazing, maybe a diamond documentary that you really loved. That way, when you have your down moments or your doubts, you can look back on your list and say, those motivational things that let me look back at this diamond documentary and refocus for a minute. Let me think about why I'm doing this. So I encourage you to write those things down that really motivate you. And then, or just a really quick side note, is our compensation plan is seriously amazing. And if you have time, I would encourage you to research a couple other companies. That way you have something to compare it to, because I've done that, and it's insane how different our compensation plan is, and how our new ambassador type setup is, where you have welcome packs that they can buy discounted products. They don't have to purchase them. It's not these crazy requirements on new ambassadors. And then the payout for our compensation plan is insane compared to others. So, if you want, take some time to actually just Google. I did it today with another company. I Googled, I put their company name in, and I typed in compensation plan, and I found links explaining their compensation plan. And to say ours is amazing, it really is. So check that out if you have a chance. And my last thing is, if you're not growing, if you're not adding customers, if you're not growing the team like you hoped, if you're sitting still and you can't figure it out, I just want to encourage you guys to sit down, look at what you're doing, and figure out a way to shift it, because it might not be working for you right now. So let's figure out something to do different. If you're having a hard time with customers, check out when you're posting, what you're posting, how often you're posting, things like that. Change it up. Even if you think you're doing it perfect, it's not working. So change it up. If you need help with that, send me a message and we can say, okay, I need more customers. I can't figure out how to get more customers. This is what I'm doing. What do you suggest I change? I would love to help you with that. Sometimes it's great to get somebody else's opinion, to have them look in and as an outsider and say, well, I'm looking at your post and it's saying this, this, and this. I would change this. Contact your upline. I'm sure they would love to help you with that too. If you're not growing a team, contact somebody, contact me, whatever. Have them sit down with you and go through how you're presenting the opportunity, and see if we can figure out a different way for you to do that. So that's just a few things that I wanted to mention. Macey, your information was amazing tonight. I'm so grateful that you wanted to do this. I definitely think that was God's timing on your heart, and you killed it tonight. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I have one more thing I want to add.
Okay.
If y'all haven't watched BB Shadeg's video about overcoming or beating the odds and her story on her mom, y'all really need to go watch that, because that is really a touching testimony from her, and it really gives you a perspective of things in general. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many of y'all have watched that video, but it truly is an amazing video. If y'all get a chance to watch that, it's a short video, I would definitely do that. And thank y'all for letting me be on tonight and talk. I really enjoyed it. I hope I didn't say or ramble too much.
No, you did good. It's hard not to say especially when there's nobody responding back. It's hard to talk to yourself.
Yeah, I was like, is anybody there?
Yeah. If you can you either send me that link or share it on our team page for that?
Yes, I will.
Thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions? We do have about 3 minutes left. It could be anything about Plexus or anything you want to ask Macey or myself. You do have to unmute yourself if you have a question.
Macey, this is Kelly. You did an awesome job.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. This is really out of my comfort zone, because I'm a really shy to myself person. So this was really just, I do these types of things with my team, but it's not near this many people.
You did wonderful. And I'm sorry I was late onto the call. I had to work late, but you did a really, really, really good job, and I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And this is your sponsor, and I'm super, super proud of you, Macey. You did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all are going to make me cry.
They're about to make me cry, girl.
I have watched you come so far, and you just don't know how proud I am of you. So wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
If anybody ever feels led to share something with us, send me a message, or we would love to have you as a guest speaker. I've said it before, it can be about anything. It could be about Plexus. It could be a Bible verse. It could be how you do things at home. If you feel led to share it, please let us know. There's somebody that needs to hear what you have to say. So please message me if you have anything you want to share. This is about to end. But again, Macey, thank you so much. I will be sharing this recording hopefully tonight before I go to bed. So thank you so much, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.